classic hits and today's biggest tunes. Six Sounds Radio.
Hello.
Hello, Geno. It's Terry.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing really good today. How are you?
Oh, I'm feeling like a fat rat in a cheese factory.
That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling. You came over to the UK for the first time in the early 60s, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. I came over with the American, trying to avoid the Vietnam War. There was a war going on, you know what I mean? And I wanted to try to find somewhere where I could be in the rear with the gear.
When you came to the UK, what did you make of the British music scene?
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool at the time, especially when I heard of the Rolling Stones, you know what I mean? They was cool, playing the blues and all of that, and all of that, you know, they had the pop music and all that going, you know what I mean? But I thought it was pretty cool, you know what I mean? It was interesting. I never seen nothing like it because in America, as a teenager, we was watching Little Rich, Fats Domino and all of that, you know what I mean? So to come over to England, it was quite different, you know, and you could check out the pop music that was going on. And then what really made an impression on me was the Rolling Stones when they were doing the blues and the Pretty Things and the Yardbirds and John Mayall and the Blues Breakers, Graham Bond. You know, they all started doing the blues, and so that was a wake-up call.
The 60s, you know, the Rolling Stones are still going today.
Right.
The 60s produced some of the biggest albums that people listen to today, and you had two of the biggest albums of the 60s as well, didn't you?
Yeah, man, yeah, doing soul music, you know, with the Ram Jam Band, you know what I mean? We got hot on the live scene, and we got hot on the recording scene, you know what I mean? It was so much fun, man, you know, it's like being a part of the revolution, you know what I mean, where English kids start dressing like mods. You know, the mod fashion came in. They stopped doing what Dad and Uncle George used to do. You know what I mean? It was a new thing that was happening in England, you know, and people from all around the world, who was anybody who wanted to be somebody, they was flocking over here to England, you know, because it was like a revolutionary going on. Fashions changed. Fashion around the world changed.
It was a brilliant era, and obviously teenagers like to rebel anyway, they still do now.
Yeah, man, you know, man, it was all good, man.
It was a great time for music, and you got to play and be on the same bill as some legends as well as yourself, because you're a legend yourself. Is there any good memories that you've got that you could spill as a quick story about?
Oh, man, there's so many. I mean, I remember being there at Spalding. There's a place called Spalding here in England, you know, and they was expecting 30,000 fans to show up, and on the bill was Geno Washington Ram Jam Band, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, the Cream, the Pink Floyd, and the Move, you know what I mean? And 66,000 people showed up, you know what I mean? And he was crashing the gates and all of that. I mean, the guards that were supposed to keep the people out and everything, they had so much money in their pocket, it was falling out, you know, taking the bribes for people to get in, you know what I mean? It's absolutely fantastic, you know what I mean? That stands out. Well, there was the Windsor Jazz and Blues Festival, and it was just so many wonderful places that was packed out and people going crazy, you know.
You've been so blessed with such an amazing career, which is still going today.
Yeah.
And it involves some acting as well. You're in Midsummer Murders, which is a massive cult thing over here, isn't it?
Yeah, man. They came down, you know, they was doing some filming and all of that, you know what I mean? And I think on that episode they also had Susie Quattro there, you know. And one of the people, the directors or something, they was a big fan of Geno Washington and the Ram Jam Band. They said, well, look, Geno's already appeared. I mean, so they contacted me and asked me could they film and all that. I said, come on down, man, you know what I mean? So that was nice. Then I got a chance to do some blues with Nick Berry when he was big. You know what I mean? He done a TV film called Paparazzi. So again, I got that because somebody in the directing type thing, was fans of Geno Washington Ram Jam Band. You know what I mean? So he said, "Can you do the blues?" I said, "Blues? That's what I started out with." "Yeah, I can do the blues, man." So we went on and done the blues for the TV film Paparazzi with Nick Berry. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You've proved as well, because you're a very jolly chap. To sing the blues, you don't have to live the blues.
You know what I mean? I know I've been around blues all of my life, you know what I mean? And I had a cousin who had a blues club, and my family, they was in the bootlegging business when I grew up, and all the prostitutes, pimps, and all the other, you know what I mean, lowlifes, they used to come down to the place and have drink and gamble and everything. And the music would always be the blues 24/7, you know what I mean? So I was already there, you know what I mean, since I was a kid. And when I got out of the air, when I was in the Air Force, stationed on the outside of Ipswich, about 15 miles outside of Ipswich, I'd sing with the local bands, the local bands down there, and I'd be doing blues in the clubs and pubs with them, you know what I mean? So I was home.
Talking of home, my hometown's Stoke-on-Trent. You're back up here at the end of August in Newcastle under Lyme, which is just outside of Stoke-on-Trent, Staffordshire. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. Is it a nice place where we're playing?
Oh, it's a beautiful place, the Full Moon. They have some great gigs there.
Oh, great. That's fantastic because I have a heartfelt feeling for Stoke-on-Trent, you see what I mean? Because I used to do it in the 60s all the time. That was a place that was absolutely fantastic, man. One of the best clubs in the whole of England, you know what I mean, called the Place. It was called the Place. And, man, it was such a jumping place. They hired fantastic groups to come there and play there, And we became, the Geno Washington Ram Jam Band became